sleek, durable, powerful, timeless, titanium. Let's face it, though my body may not represent this gesture, thin is in, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. For the past few years, I have grown tired of my massive Pro Max models of phone. Previously, I had the iPhone 15 Pro Max and a Galaxy Fold 4 before that, so I've been dailying a chunky, thick piece of metal. But times change, and I believe people do too. I certainly have. In the past, all I cared about in a phone was battery life. Then came ProMotion, and getting both in the iPhone 15 Pro Max seemed like the best option to last me for years and years. And for most people, I don't think an upgrade is worth it yet if you're holding on to a 15 Pro Max. That's why I didn't upgrade per se. I consider this to be more of a side grade. Yes, the Air is technically faster, but it throttles hard thanks to the fact that every single piece of technology is embedded in the camera plateau, with no fancy full-size vapor chamber cooling. Look, I'm no stranger to sacrificing aesthetic for function. I bought what I consider to be an ugly RTX 4090 compared to the sleek RTX 3080 I had prior. I've traded fancy water coolers for an Oxio air cooler. I took the much bulkier 16-inch MacBook Pro over the Air. And yet here I am, buying the sexiest phone made by Apple in years in the gaudiest gold color. And I couldn't be more ecstatic over my purchase. Because for me, phones are a different beast, and let's face it, at the prices iPhones are, they're a statement piece as well. My favorite phone prior to the Air was the base iPhone 11 in product red. I'm still not sure if the Air will replace it as my favorite, but boy, it's stealing my heart every time I pull its slim profile out of my pocket. The subtle gold tint matches the jewelry I wear, and when I spend hours doom scrolling, talking to friends, and playing games, this phone isn't uncomfortable on my little pinky like the iPhone 15 Pro Max was. I'm harping on aesthetics so much because if it weren't for the frame of the iPhone Air, I wouldn't have upgraded this year, and I would have waited for the long speculated Fold instead. However, I really can't get over how thin and light it is, even going from the 2020 SE somehow. Despite it being substantially larger and only 17 grams heavier, the weight feels balanced and precise. But exterior aesthetics aside, how does this phone perform in day-to-day life? You've probably seen many videos about battery drainage tests and stressing out the performance. And though I usually do that with CPUs and GPUs, today I decided to lay back and do what I normally do with a phone. I scrolled Reddit, talked to my friends on Instagram and Discord, and even played Destiny Rising. And if I keep this up for the rest of the day, my iPhone Air will die after about 7 hours of screen on time. Doesn't seem like a lot, right? What if I told you I only charged the phone to 80% last night? Yes, I'm one of those people trying to be more conscious about my battery health these days. And if it comfortably lasts 7 hours with gaming mixed in, I'm happy, because really, daily, I'm not gaming on my phone. Refer back to the part where I said I have an RTX 4090. If I want to play Destiny, I'm going to do it there. I wouldn't take this on a 12-hour plane ride without a battery bank, though. I will say that. But I said that about my iPhone 15 Pro Max about a month ago because its battery health was at about 84%. For you gaming freaks, Destiny Rising did drain my battery, and it did get warm, but not uncomfortable around the camera plateau. But it ran with high settings at 60 FPS with no visible slowdown or jitter, so it's still plenty powerful enough for a lighter user like myself. Though there is an A19 Pro chip inside, don't expect Pro performance without the extra cooling that the 17 Pro and Pro Max offer. It performs slightly better than the base 17 based on my research. If you're looking for more in-depth reviews, I suggest looking at other channels. But if you're asking if this attractive phone will last you through your day while people gawk over how thin it is, the answer is an absolute yes, unless you're a heavy user. Think about Photoshop, gaming, and video editing. The Pro might be better for those use cases, especially with the 2TB option, but for me, this has the makings of my favorite phone Apple has ever made. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and do what you usually do. And as always, buy yourself something nice.